Thanks for tuning in, and those people who've been following us in the series, you know the trials and tribulations that we've experienced trying to get to Dougie World. Its hunting season has opened, so I'm wearing my bright orange vest and bright hat. My brother Doug is also wearing his hunter orange, blaze orange I guess they call it, to make sure that we don't get shot while we're bushwhacking. And yeah, so this is it. We're gonna start up the same trail that we went up last time and try to make small adjustments in our course, and hopefully we'll make it there today.
But the Weather Network calls for a couple of days of rain and some pretty cool weather too. Water. That's the most important thing. And I got fuel in here this time too.
And we're off to Dougie World. To Dougie World. We're in bushwhacking mode, going through what we bushwhacked before and had marked. So it's not that tough, but it gives another chance to actually be able to cut a trail. And if we look at this, look at this, Doug. It's broken off here, eh?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if something would be trying to chew on these at all. Is that possible? I don't know. I don't know either.
You never heard of it?
I've never heard of that either, but I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. See, because there's more on the ground there. This is the same path that we were on before. And this is almost the exact same shot that I had before of Doug putting marking tape along the trail. And now what we've had, I've seen evidence of people have come in and removed our trail marks, our marking tape. Now this is Crown land, it's not private property. And we've also marked the entrances and exits of areas on the trail. And as you can see, there's nothing marked around here. Looks like these guys are just on their ATVs and they're driving by and just pulling the tape off. Trying to pull it off. Yeah. Pretty sad. We don't need the trail tape. The trail tape is simply a convenience for us. There's a little refresher reminder that, yeah, we've been here before, but we're experienced orienteers using map and compass. So there's no way that we're gonna get lost out here, but you could get lost out here, and if you did, you'd be screwed. You're in the middle of nowhere in the wilderness, and it would take a very long time for anyone to find you. So who was it that took Hansel and Gretel's breadcrumbs? Oh, it was the birds. Well, these guys, they're for the birds, let me tell you. We've just been hiking for about 4.5, 5 hours. Last time it took us 2 days to get to this spot, but we got here in 1 day, and we're actually looking to push it a bit further. We want to correct the mistake that we made last time and go just a little bit further and spend the night actually camping on Dougie World. Set up a base camp and have the whole weekend to implement our plan. Be very careful here. But once you're here, it's easier. Looks like this is the way that we went last time, Doug.
Well, there's our mark.
Oh yeah, there's our orange marker. So, the nice tree that helped us out last time. And we were pushing this stuff out. But it was a lot wetter last time too, as I recall. Push this stuff down. Still fairly wet though, Dougie.
What's that?
Said it's still fairly wet.
Yeah.
Mucky. Watch your step. Oh, might be a bit wetter too. Oh man. Water's not as deep, but everything seems a bit wet. Oh man. This is like jungle. Seriously. Oh man. There's our other marker. Good. Oh man. Oh man. This is like brutal stuff. Just so everyone can see as well, we're walking on what we call sponge ground, where it's all very spongy. It's like walking on a big mattress. Very tiring. Very tiring. Might be nice to sleep on, but it is not easy hiking. And you gotta watch out for twisting your foot or falling through. This is just what it's like when it's Canadian overgrown swamp. Yeah, this is some serious hiking, bushwhacking, guys. So not for the weak-minded or faint of heart, let me tell you. This is tough stuff. And we're right in the ass middle of nowhere. Like, it's pretty crazy. But we're getting her done. Getting her done, boyo. It is the second morning of our trip. And last night, the first night, we successfully made it to Dougie World, and we camped out at Dougie World, but it took a lot out of us. We were very, very optimistic when we made it to the first ridge, and then I don't know what happened. We thought that there would be a more clear way through these two lakes to get to the property, but it was all swampland and very difficult crossing. Actually, probably the most difficult hiking I have ever went through. I wouldn't call that hiking, I wouldn't call it bushwhacking. I don't know what to call it really, but very, very difficult. I actually fell into the swamp. I'm surprised that the camera is actually working right now, because I did a full body dunk right into the swamp. Doug almost did a full body dunk into the swamp. He was fast enough to grab me, and I was hanging on to a branch, so we can't go back that way because the water levels have risen. It rained on us most of the night, on and off anyway, and our gear's wet, everything's wet, so we're just trying to dry things out, put up a clothesline, and try to figure out a different way out, because that way is not going to work. No sir. Alright, so Now comes the part of the trip that we're executing the plan. We're going down to those ATV trails. We're setting up different trail cams. We've got 2 trail cameras, and they are motion sensitive. They have night vision, and they will take shots of anything that moves in front of them. So the idea here is to make sure if anyone's using the property, if they're using an ATV, the idea is that the ATV will activate the trail cam. It will take a shot, whether it's at night or during the day, and hopefully we'll get the license plate. Okay, we're also going to be posting no trespassing signs, both at the start of the ATV trail and at the end of the ATV trail. That's what we plan to come here to do. In addition, we need to explore this ATV trail to try to get to another route to get up on the other ridge to get back to where we started. Otherwise, there's no way that we're going to be able to pass that swamp again, because the water levels have risen, and people have been trapped out in this part of the area because of the water levels rising. So we need to find another way out from Dougie World. So this is the ATV trail coming off the ridge, okay, and going to the other side of Dougie World.
Yeah, we're close, but we're not
close.
Right at the end.
We got a bit further to go, but we've blocked off the trail and indicated no trespassing, private property. That looks almost perfect.
Like that?
So that looks almost perfect. So we've just heard ATVs, and from where we are, we're on Doug's property. Those ATVs are on his property, so we're trying to scout them out now. They are close.
They are a lot closer.
We are breaking off the trail, following those ATV sounds. I think that these ATVs actually not on the lowlands, but on the highlands, on top of the ridge of Dougie World, right at the edge of it. So if that's the case, there must be a trail. That's what we're looking for. Try to catch these trespassers in action. You can see the recent activity here with this moss that's been pressed down by an ATV track. This is empirical evidence of ATV activity. We're trying to find those ATVers that we heard cutting across the property. The only question is, were they in the lowlands or were they in the highlands? Looks like we're going to have to exit through Bob Bronson's trail. We've tried to go through a number of different exit points. The water levels have increased. The beaver dams that we balanced across and that I fell in, they'd be covered up easily by now. We've investigated all the possible access points. Now it's just about trying to figure out alternative strategy to gain access to this amazing wilderness property. It's a beautiful, beautiful place on the planet Earth, and it'd be a real shame if we can't figure this out.